Just see. Yes. Okay. So this is going to be a Halloween special that is in some ways a continuation of the live video that I made, which was talking about the witch's wound. So I've specifically channeled like all leading up to Halloween, the expression, the healing of the witch's wound, or the healing of the witch's wounding. If you've been drawn to this video, you either have a witch's wound or are connected to somebody that does. Okay. Whew. Okay, so as we said, this is Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you everyone that clicks like, shares, and subscribes, as that helps bounce out these messages to get to more members of the collective. This will be a channeled message collective reading. So because it's a general, you may not resonate with everything in the reading. You may resonate with parts of the reading, but not others. Or you may resonate with parts of the reading at another point in your ascension journey. Please take everything with discernment, with a grain of salt. Please also be aware of and cautious of and careful with your own emotional space when it comes to this particular subject matter. And keep in mind, we are going to be touching on some past lives that may or may not include some pretty gruesome stuff. Okay, so please give me clear and divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. For different people, this reading is going to have different varied levels of how literal things are, or how metaphysical, how metaphoric these things are. I received on Halloween a actual series of channeled messages about specific past lives that directly created or impacted people in the collective's witch's wound. The witch's wound is around a core memory, a DNA memory, a bloodline memory, as well as for many people a memory within the soul, deep within the soul, around the witch trials. Clearing the throat chakra. So many of you have had past lives where you were murdered, where you were burned at the stake, where you were tortured, where you were betrayed by people you loved. For some of you, each of these, I think I got about 4 or 5 different channeled readings about specific past lives. This is going to be one of them. So as I put out these videos, there'll be another 3 after this one. You're welcome to tune in and look at those. If you resonate, you may have different elements from different past lives that are actually true for you. Okay, so I hope you had a happy Halloween, Hallows Eve, and all of the many different ancient rituals, ceremonies and magic that is connected to this time of year. Shout outs to all the Scorpios, the Sagittarians, and there's a lot of Libran energy in the collective as well. Let's just call in some protection for this particular reading. Clearing energy. I'm an energy worker here at Codes of Harmony, so you may feel, sense, or see me moving or shifting or clearing energy as we move through this reading together. As I said before, please only take what resonates, leave what does not, but they are messages for other people. You may find different parts of this reading very triggering. just, you know, take a pause, take a break, take what you can at this point in your ascension journey, and know that the reason that this reading is taking place at the moment is actually for you to get your justice. Yeah, for you to get justice for whatever happened to you in a past life. Having said that, when I this channeled past life that I'm about to read to you, that I'm about to go into, it, you may actually be a different person within the past life. You may not actually be the specific witch that I'm describing. That may be somebody who is in your current life that you are actually have been divinely aligned with, brought back into each other's orbit in this existence, in this incarnation, so that you can heal this witch's wounding within. Whew. Okay. So, for this very first story, which is around a witch's wounding to do with a past life toxic coven. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. The first card that we're starting with is the Moon card. So we're using the Literary Witch's Oracle to start off each of these readings. As I said, please take this very gently. Be careful with yourself as we move through this message. Okay, so this is what I channeled specifically around this particular past life. For Halloween 2024, having said that, my readings are timeless, so this could resonate with you at a different point in your journey. This could have happened, is going to happen, or is happening at this point in time. As we said before, you could be the witch in the center of this story, or you could be somebody else who is involved. And right now you are being asked to karmically heal the witch's wounding, whether that is the witch's wounding in someone you're connected to in this point in your incarnation, this current life, or whether it is your own witch's wounding. For each of you, it'll be different, and you will know where you sit. This is Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Okay. The Healing of the Witch's Wound. Halloween readings 2024. This is the channeled writing, right? So I just did it in a flow state and allowed these came through specifically on Halloween. Her witch's wound is from a lifetime where she was in a toxic coven, where hierarchy and low frequency competing was a life or death situation, a pecking order energy. And if you fell out of favor with the top witches, they gave you to the witch hunters or / the church. So across the world, there was obviously very different but the same stories to do with witches, and there were just many massacres. That, you know, it was like a type of genocide that we can look back on and understand. And it was all an oppression of your magic, suppressing, controlling, holding back your magic. So now is the time for you to reclaim your magic by healing this witch's wound. I'll continue back to the channeled messages, the written words. And if you fell out of favor with the top witches, they gave you to the witch hunters / church. This happened to her, so now she operates in this way and feels fear, insecurity, and anxiety. Wow. Okay, so this is the first witch's wound. You may have this witch's wound, or it may belong to somebody else. We're going to start with the Moon card. Let's see if we can get some other oracles to start this reading. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. About this witch's wounding to do with a toxic coven. So this is an extra complex witch's wounding because it has to do with being betrayed by other magic people, by other people that you would consider in your magic family, in your coven where you practice magic, where you you work together in a certain type of secrecy, but also trust. Yeah. So this is a problem of trust that you will find either in yourself or in your person. So we have Toad and the Lantern. Please give us clear divine guidance. I think it's interesting with the Lantern coming out under the moon. This person had many sisters in the Coven. For some of you, this was literal. For some in other instances, this was sisters in terms of that they shared magic, that they shared remedies, that they shared recipes, they shared space around the cauldron. We then have Volcano. I almost said Vulcan. Interesting. Some of you may be into sci-fi. And then we have Pond. Toad, the Lantern coming under the moon. The Toad goes into the pond, and the volcano sits below it all. So already there's an anxiety, there's an anxious feeling connected to this past life. I thought I'd get my little cauldron out today, considering that it's a Halloween special. Okay, let's get some clarifications using the Ask the Witch tarot deck. I thought that was also appropriate. How can we heal this past life? Let's start by getting a bit more information. Spirit guide is saying your spirit guides are very active at this time. As we all know, the veil is very thin around this time of year as well. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial. Clarification for the moon card, please. Clarification for the moon card. The Three of Wands. Stepping out, moving forward. This was whether you were this witch in the center of this story, or you were one of the sisters or one of the friends or one of the people in the toxic coven, there is a dynamic of control that is present in your relationship with this other energy, whether that was in the past life or now. So this may be coming up for you. This may be coming up in a moon card energy. When we talk about moon card energy, which is Cancer, you may have Cancer in your birth chart, or the person you're connected to, or people, significant others you're connected to may hold a lot of Cancer in their charts. There's a restriction that came with this. So it was kind of like, okay, outside of the coven, you had the townspeople with the pitchforks. That you had the gossiping people that were paid out to lie about witches. You had the church, which had a lot of hypocrisy. The landowners, the slave owners. There were lots of different people that you had to fear during the witches' trials. Fear that they would dob you in, fear that they would take you to the authorities. And so what's unique about this witch's wounding is whoever this is, whether it's you or another person, you also had to fear within the walls. You had to fear within the coven itself, where you had learnt magic, where you had learnt and practiced and harnessed all of your skills and your gifts. A lot of you, we have to remember that witches were healers, master healers. So you were a group of healers, which is also ironic if you find that within that there is actually a hierarchy and a pecking order, and fear is used as a way to control. So you may find that this energy, this person has a problem with fear, has a problem with control, has a problem with authority, has a problem with sharing responsibility, sharing power, sharing the stage. There's an element of that anxiety being, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because this person actually is not made for center stage. Okay. I'm sorry if that's a hard message for you to hear. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Tell us more about this witch's wounding. Tell us about the lantern, the toad, the pond, and the volcano. The lantern, please. Whew. The high priestess. Hello. Oy. This high priestess is so incredible. It's like this time traveling high priestess that is young and old and ancient and young all at the same time, who is part of history, her story, them story, who is part of the earth. Some of you have very heavy earth in your chart. Earth is important in resolving this witch's wound. For some of you, you were also potentially buried alive, I'm hearing, and that is clarifying the lantern. For the high priestess and the lantern to come out together, that also has the energy of the hermit card, of following the North Star, your true North Star, and connected with the moon. It's very much about, I'm just going to speak like you are the witch at the center of this. You in your past life were a very talented mage. You were a very skilled warlock. So this is not about gender. For many of you, it'll be different. Some of you are different, born into different bodies. But all of you who are going to resonate with this message, you had a very powerful, magical ability that was envied within this toxic coven, that was targeted by people you should have been able to trust within the coven. And this has created a specific witch's wounding around femininity, around divine feminine energy, around sharing, holding space, around toxic dynamics of power play. And so that might be coming out in friendships, in family spaces, in workspaces, in everywhere in your life, right? So this witch's wounding is actually having a bigger impact than you realize. Give us clarification for the toad, please. Give us clear divine guidance that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. No way. Oh, that's heartbreaking. The Four of Wands. Whew, and the Queen of Swords. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, so okay, so when we see the toad coming up with the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands, as we know, is the marriage card, is the celebration, the union, divine union card. That coming up with the toad makes me think of the proverbial kissing the frog to turn him or them into a prince, right? So this toxic relationship, this toxic coven actually stopped you from a marriage, stopped you from a love. And so you may be experiencing a chance, a second opportunity to have that love in this incarnation. Whew. We have the Queen of Swords with the pond. Some of you may have been drowned in your past life as a witch. That is the witch's wounding. And this toxic coven, some of them were actually present. This may, if any of this that resonates, I know this isn't going to resonate with that many people, what I should say is it's going to be very specific, dark, instinctual memories that you hold of this experience. Queen of Swords is also air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You may have been a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your past life as a witch, or you may be one now. Yeah, this dark pond, I'm seeing like bodies inside of the dark pond. And I'm very clearly seeing a woman in a dark cloaked hood watching from the crowd. So if you hear that and it resonates, you may find that you have a problem, or you've had these strange please give me clear divine guidance who most beneficial for everyone involved. You've had these moments throughout your current life where you have issues with people watching you, with people giving you compliments, with people sitting back as you are thrown under the bus, as you are wrongly accused, wrongly treated, mistreated, misjudged. Anything like that is going to be incredibly triggering for you, because one of your last memories as you were dying in this past life, this is a specific message for someone, was looking into the eyes of members of your coven. And the reason that, for most of you, the reason that this took place is because you were such a talented sage, and you were such a talented witch. You were such a natural, quick learner is what I'm hearing. A quick learner, yeah. And so this volcano, this volcanic energy is sitting under your whole existence. And that may be to do with the suppression of the high priestess energy. And it may be to do with this long lost love that you lost. And you lost this love specifically because of the actions of someone else in your coven. This toxic coven actively tried to stop your rising within the ranks of magic, of healing, of alchemy. So a lot of you are experiencing something similar in this day. Please give me clear divine guidance be most beneficial for everyone involved. Okay. Can we get clarification for the volcano, please? Clarification for the volcano. This volcano sits underneath the witch's wound. This black ashy volcano sits underneath the witch's wound. And then we have the King of Wands, fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And this is a very fiery King of Wands. Some of you are in this energy now. Some of you died in this energy, in the flames. And now they're showing me a huge phoenix rising over somebody's bed. I hear some light language coming through, some light codes starting to channel through. That might be part of your healing. That might be what's essential to you healing this witch's wounding, is by actually working with sound, working with music, working with different binaural beats. And then we have the Fool card, a new beginning. Yeah. So basically, this toxic coven stopped you from having a new beginning in your past life. For many of you, this new beginning was a marriage. For some of you, this was travel somewhere else. For others of you, it was simply being acknowledged within your power, within your magic, within that coven. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial to everyone involved. What else do we need to tell the collective about this specific witch's wounding? The Ten of Wands, the closing of a cycle. And it's been a hard battle. Like, this is something that you have logged around, like carried around like a giant heavy stone from lifetime to lifetime. The Nine of Wands in reverse. So you need to go back into this other lifetime. You need to go back and do this healing. Whether you have conscious memories of this lifetime or not, whether you will be having insecurities, anxieties, you will be having different things that play out in your current existence, in your current relationships specifically, where you have issues with trust. The Nine of Cups. And sometimes the Nine of Cups does come across as a greedy energy. Sometimes it can come across as, you know, the cat that caught the canary is what I'm hearing. Oh, I just got like chills up my spine when I said that. The cat that caught the canary. For some of you, that's very significant. Maybe your name is Cat, or you know somebody named Cat. Maybe you had a familiar in this past life that was a canary or a cat. Also, there is that sound, that the metaphor of the canary in the cage that's trying to warn people that something isn't right. Let's learn more about this Nine of Cups. We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is somebody who has gone into a meditative state to see the world anew. and there's suddenly this cooling, calming energy. Yeah. And the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is about memory. So you have deep, deep-seated mistrust. Memories, seeds of mistrust is what I'm hearing. Seeds of doubt and seeds of mistrust that were built when you had this toxic coven in your past life. And for so many of you, they keep showing me this image of you looking out from, you know, the platform where you were going to go to the stars and seeing a member of your coven. For many of you, it was a woman with very kind of crystally blue eyes. So you may have a certain reaction or feeling to that type of eyeshadow. For some of you, it was a woman who currently might wear a lot of makeup, might have a mask on, a symbolic mask. But there is memories, there's deep-seated memories. And for a lot of you, this is played out in your primary school experiences, is what I'm hearing in this current incarnation. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Thank you, everyone who clicks like, shares, and subscribes, as it helps bounce out these messages to get to more members of the collective. I'm Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here for this Halloween special. I really hope this witch's wound, you know, the thing about the witch's wound is it's a blockage to your true divinity. It's a blockage to your, the Two of Wands, which is about looking out, seeking beyond the horizon that you can currently see, wanting more, planning, sitting back. There's this real sitting back energy. And so maybe it's like at the beginning of the reading, it felt like you had a distrust of people sitting back and just watching things occur in your life. That's what's happening now. But there's also this fun dynamic where you're like, actually, I'm going to sit back. Actually, watch me sit back and plan. So you have a planning energy about you. It's almost like your higher self knows that you're about to heal this witch's wounding. That's kind of fascinating. Wow. Okay. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. I gotta say, like, it was really unexpected getting these specific downloads about these specific past life timelines. So let's ask what is the key? What is the coding and key to healing this witch's wounding? Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. What is the key to healing the witch's wounding for this soul that survived, soul survival, that is, of this toxic coven, this toxic past life coven? It's such a bitchy, gross, like high school energy. Like, this is the kind of frequency that I really don't do well with. I almost said don't jive with. So that's like hooking back to some like particular past life. Sometime, then I just heard jazz music really quickly. You might like jazz. You might have memories of a past life where you were a jazz musician or something like this. But yeah, the high school bitchy, toxic, like using hierarchy is not a true form of leadership. And it's not a true form of power. Using fear and the threat of falling lower in a hierarchy is actually a complete illusion of control and a complete illusion of power that is somehow significant to you, as is being shown by this Five of Wands, this competition, this battle. Please give us clear divine guidance. Oh, we then have the past, present, and future being represented here with the Wheel of Fortune. There was a time where your wheel was stopped from turning. where you specifically did not get all the blessings that you deserved. As a being, as a human, as a healer. And for many of you in this incarnation, you now have the wheel ready to turn with so much abundance, with so much fruit, with so much beauty, with so much brilliance, with so much blooming, blossoming potential, because it's not just the potential and the good karma, the dharma that you're receiving from this life, it's also from the lifetime where your toxic coven, the toxic people that you were sharing magic with, actually betrayed you and competed with you because of your gifts, right? So a lot of you, you'll be seeing this will be coming up for you in your current incarnation, and it's for you to heal this witch's wounding. Okay, please give us clear divine guidance that will be most beneficial for everyone involved. What is the key? Tell us more about the key to healing this witch's wounding for this soul who had a toxic coven in their past life. For many of you, I'm hearing like Louisiana. So a lot of you, it was like in the South, which of course has extra elements of persecution, has extra elements of, okay, of course, then the justice. Just as I'm talking about persecution, for some of you, you may have actually been a witch who was actually a minority. You may have been a voodoo witch. You may have been a witch that was of Jewish heritage. You may have been a witch that was in some way different culturally, racially, spiritually, for a lot of you. So this justice card also connects into river magic, water magic, mermaid territory is what I'm hearing. Some of you, you experience life on a sailing ship. Okay, that took a turn that I didn't expect. Okay, please give me clear divine guidance. So working with water is going to be beneficial. Working with sound, working with water, actively working on your issues of trust and understanding. For a lot of you, after you listen to this reading, you're going to understand why you have this issue with trust, why you have this weird power dynamics within your friendships and your relationships, because of this deep-seated witch's wounding, regardless of gender. And only good witches here. I'm only reading for good witches, so don't you worry about that. You have this it's like a rope has been tied around the wheel so it cannot turn, and you need to like cut that rope. You need to for some of you, that is also the way that you passed. Okay, please give me clear divine guidance. I'm seeing a lot of things that I'm not going to say in my mind right now, but a lot of you went through very painful deaths again at the hands of this toxic coven. So it's significant that it's important that the people you have around you are trustworthy. It's important that the people you have around you acknowledge, appreciate, uphold, respect your magic. Yeah. Don't take advantage of your magic, because that's the other thing. There's a real element of like this toxic coven actually taking credit for your gifts, for your abilities, for your magic. I just heard autumn. There's a lot of pressure on the heart chakra. So it's like they're telling me that they broke your heart. Your toxic coven broke your heart is what I'm hearing. Yeah. The Five of Swords after the battle. And this is you looking at them like, really, you're like, really, you do me like this. And then it's like I can just see her then turning and walking away into a new dawn, a new beginning. There's that canary energy. For some of you, you need to look into the metaphor of the canary in the coal mine. That will be very significant for a number of you. Oh, heavy justice card energy. Yeah, so pick up your sword of justice is what I'm hearing. Pick up your jaw of justice. Okay, for some of you, you need to speak up. For some of you, you need to actually create very clear, strong boundaries around trust, around power, around the vulnerability and beauty of showing one's magic and the infinite healing abilities and possibilities that comes from that. Please give us clear divine guidance. Can we get clarification on the Wheel of Fortune, please? Thank you, Spirit. And there is the High Priestess again. That's the second time she's come out. That's the second time. Okay, there's something about speech. If some of you had your tongue cut off, you may have issues with your throat chakra. Binaural beats will be healing for that, as well as using different herbs such as ginger, honey. I just heard saffron, ginkgo. I'm seeing alpine mountains for some reason. And gardening will be beneficial for many of you. Connecting in with nature, connecting in with trees, crying into the earth is what I'm hearing will be beneficial for many of you. For many of you, you must make union, make peace, come to a harmonic place, find harmony with this painful death that occurred at the hands of this toxic coven. For some of you, the toxic coven didn't even actually just give you into the authorities, they actually took you out themselves. Oh, in a very bloody way. I'm seeing stone carvings. I'm seeing, okay. So I'm not sure where it cut out exactly, but this is a channeled message, a general video, a channeled message about a past life as a witch. The witch's wounding from the witch's trials. Just gonna grab some water. I think I was actually talking about someone drowning. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, please excuse. It's a lot of like big energy to be moving, which I'm very honored to be doing. This is Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Yeah, so let's see. We'll be wrapping this up soon because it really is a lot of big energy. Like, okay. Please give us clear divine guidance. Let's just get a quick clarification on each of these. For the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. I didn't even notice that. So 5 could be important. 55 could be important. Okay, for the 5 of Wands, we have the Lovers, Gemini energy, the choice. Yeah, so a lot of you had a choice and you chose love, but that was stopped by this toxic coven of your past. Ugh. Yeah. And the King of Cups. Some of you were this divine masculine energy. Some of you are this divine masculine energy. Some of you were in love with a divine masculine energy like this that you were separated from because of this toxic coven. Some of you may have actually had members of this toxic coven actually take your partner, so you may have problems with trust in your relationships, in your romantic relationships, or you might be finding that you're actually somehow connected to a third party situation in your third life. Okay, for some of you this is your third life. Just a little side note. In your current life, in your current incarnation, you may find yourself somehow in a third party situation. Sorry, that's too funny. I suddenly feel like intensely thirsty. Like, very some of you were died um left in locations where you couldn't access water. Wow. Oh, that's a really intense sensation. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Can we please get clarification, Spirit, for this Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess, with all this earthy energy in this particular High Priestess? The Chariot, Cancer energy. We started off with the Moon from the Literary Witches Oracle. They just keep saying mistrust. Like it's almost like this chanting, like this like looping mistrust, mistrust, mistrust. So there's definitely going to be issues between you and other feminine energies. If you're not a feminine energy in this incarnation, you had definite people competing with you in this past life when this witch's wounding occurred, and they betrayed you so that they could get your crown, like so you be seeing this happening in your current incarnation. Oh, okay. Please give us clear divine guidance, be most beneficial. The High Priestess, what does she want to tell us? What do you want to tell us, High Priestess, about this witch's wounding? Please give us clear divine guidance, be most beneficial for everyone involved. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, pick up your sword of truth. For many of you, you need to clean your altar. I don't know who that's a message for, but you really need to clean your altar and make sure that you're putting fresh flowers. I'm seeing purple velvet. That's for somebody. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. The Justice card and the Ace of Cups, and then I'm going to close this out because the physical sensations that I'm receiving in my vessel as a channel around the different deaths is actually very intense in this moment to be experiencing. So like I want to scream, I want to laugh, I want to cry. I'm feeling the sensations of those of you who were drowned, those of you who died because you were left somewhere that I'm seeing very clearly and experiencing very clearly where you couldn't access water, so you died in that way. And then a number of you were hung, and as you were hung, you were looking into the eyes of a toxic member of your coven. They keep showing me that clarification from the Spirit. I don't know what this voice is as well. This like shaky, fast talking voice. For a lot of you, this happened in the Midwest and the South of America is what I'm hearing. Okay, too many physical sensations. Thank you. A number of you have a bloodline, a very royal, very regal, very important bloodline that holds different gifts, particularly around alchemy, around working with herbs, and around certain activations that only you hold within the region that you've been born. Okay. The Justice card, please. Come on, Spirit. Yep. Fucking 10 of Swords, excuse my French. You were fucking betrayed, and for some of you there was actually 10 members of this toxic coven. I'm feeling really hot, like I'm burning up. Oh, and I'll repeat that some of you, they actually decide to take you out themselves, and this is going to be really playing out in your current relationships. The Tower card. Yeah. I can barely hold the cards. Okay. Wow. And it's created a tower moment, and this is like you looking back on that tower moment being like, never again, being like, I will never ever ignore my intuition, ignore the little voice within inside me that is saying these people are not telling you the truth, this person is not telling you the truth. because these Coven members in this past life, in this toxic Coven past life, they literally were competing with you because of your crown, because of your glory. And when I talk about your crown, you know I'm talking about your crown chakra, not a metal crown. No diamonds. The diamonds are actually your extreme powers. Like, you have so much power, you have so much strength. And if you are suppressing it in this lifetime, it must be choking you. Oh, okay. I'm also seeing nails being put into skin. Is this R rating? Is this R-rated reading? Yeah, and then we'll close that off with the Three of Swords because they broke your gosh darn heart. Yeah, and some of you even use this love, this romantic partnership against you and tricked you. For some of you, they said that your lover had a message for you, you had to meet them, but in fact they were taking you to the clink. They were taking you to be ostracized and put on trial or murdered as a witch. I just want to take this moment before I close this out to remind you that you are a infinite being. Your soul is a survivor of the witch trials, and this makes you a spiritual baddie 100,000 times over. Okay, so much love. Let's just clear that energy. I rebuke all energies, entities, forces, people, and places that ever in any lifetime before or now have ever wanted to suppress your or my magic. Lots of love from Codes of Harmony. Oh!